Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to Propaganda with Mick and Jacob. Former Illinois Sheriff Deputy Sean Grayson was found guilty, was it last week now, of second-degree murder when he shot Sonya Massey. So this was in Illinois. This was like at the beginning of the year, in 2025, beginning of the year. I remember when this happened. She had originally called the police to her house to investigate something. So Sean Grayson and another deputy showed up on the scene. They kind of like walked around the home, were welcomed into her, I think it's an apartment, were welcomed into her apartment, and I think they were just talking to her. A lot of it's on body cam, but they're just talking to her, and then she has like this pot of boiling water that she'd been boiling there for a while, and she was kind of getting like, I don't know, aggressive, and goes by the boiling pot of water, threatens them with something, and then the cop says, well, if you do that, I'm going to shoot you in the face, you know? And then she goes and grabs the boiling pot of water, and they tell her to drop it, drop it, drop it. She doesn't drop it. And then she grabs it and swings the boiling pot of water at the cops. And she swings at the guy who's in front, and he shoots her, which is Sean Grayson. And then he just shoots in the face. And she died. And then, so yeah, he is now guilty of second-degree murder, which means he's going to spend time behind bars for doing his job and protecting himself when he was threatened. And a lot of people are like, okay, it's boiling water, like, it's not that big of a deal. And then everyone else is like, yeah, if you get a bunch of boiling water dumped in your head, you're going to die. So, or suffer, like, extreme burns. So.
And also, in his defense, I'm sorry, you watch the video and she's obviously sporadic. She's not just calmly talking to them, moving about her kitchen. It looks like a threat. You know, she's not just this calm woman that's like, oh yeah, you know. No, she's...
And this is not some huge kitchen. This is like an apartment. It's like 3 feet away. It's not like she's throwing the boiling pot at him from down the hallway, you know? It's right up in his face. And in the body cam footage, you can see water get on the body cam of the guy behind. The guy behind Sean Grayson. You can see water get on his body cam. So it's like she threw boiling water at them after they told her to put it down, after they told her not to. And he shot her. It's like, oh, should he have shot her? Well, that's when you're in those life or death situations, and it's an extremely hard job, and he made a decision to shoot her. And I think that's totally well within the means of self-defense. Remember, she called them to the house and then starts threatening them. They're coming, taking time out of their day, doing their job, coming to investigate for her, check on her, you know. Some people were saying she was having a mental health breakdown, right? Which even if you do, you don't throw boiling water at people.
That's one thing. I hate the mental health excuse when people act absurd and everyone's like, well, they have depression. And it can explain the behavior, but it will never justify it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then the footage goes on, and after he shoots her, the other deputy was like, basically gets Sean Grayson out of there, because obviously he just shot someone, he's like, whatever, just kind of taking him out of the scene. And then they're like, someone says, oh, she's still breathing. And then like, I think Sean in the video was like, oh, she's dead. We don't need to call the ambulance. So I think that was another part of it too, is they didn't call the ambulance fast enough, or he didn't want to.
Don't you still have to call the ambulance?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they did. It's just, he was like, they were like, oh, call the ambulance. He's like, no, it's not whether she's dead, you know, and like didn't. So I think that's part of the reason he got in trouble for it too. But this is like, okay, we're in the post-BLM era, you know, where everyone hates police can't do their jobs right, they can never do anything right, they're always being, whatever, harassed in footage and recorded and, you know, in their face. And it's like, yeah, people don't want to be police officers anymore. And it's like, yeah, when you do stuff like this and you have to deal with these types of people, like, and now he's going to be in jail? And you can make the argument that they shouldn't have shot her, I totally get that. But it's like, you can understand why we have a shortage of police officers, why we have such high crime rates, why we have problems like this. It's just...
Well, yeah, you see this, and I wouldn't want to do my job if I was a police officer. I could end up in jail for doing my job.
Yeah, they couldn't pay you enough to do this. No. It's like... And especially in the... again, the major story here is she's a black woman with a mental health crisis, and he's a white cop. So, of course...
Well, that's why it's a story.
He's the bad guy, she's the good guy. They don't say that the good guy called the bad guy there and then dumped boiling water on him. They don't tell you that part. But the bad guy did shoot the good guy. So that's the only part of the story you'll hear. Yeah. We'll have to see how long he actually serves, what his sentence is. I don't know if they figured that out yet. But yeah, then it's like, every cop that hears that story, they think twice now. Everyone that's in his department thinks twice. The guy that was with him thinks twice now about everything you do. Everything you do now is up to the media, and it's up to being judged, and it's not what's right and wrong in the context of the law. It's what's right and wrong in what people deem okay or morally acceptable on social media. And that's how you lose your job or not, And for the whole, no, it's a jury, they don't listen, the judge, this and that. No, you have pressure, you have influences, Obviously, people are pressured and pushed in ways to make certain decisions,
Right now, race is pressure.
Right, of
it's
course.
It's a black woman. It's
right.
a black woman with mental health issues.
And it's in Illinois, and it's, it's like...
Right, of course they're not going to find him innocent.
Right, so you have to always look at what else is going on here, too. It's not just what's fine in the context of the law. So you can legally argue he shouldn't have shot her, this, or that. You can totally argue that. I get that. Again, that's not why he's found guilty. The reason he's found guilty is because of all this pressure. Automatically bad cop. Automatically unarmed
evil,
black woman.
Horrible cop
right.
that
so
just went on a rant. But yeah, even this, I go to look it up, and when you Google something now, it's that first little paragraph that AI will give you on the recap of whatever.
Right, they Google AI.
Yeah. Yep. And even that, it just words it in a way that acts like he was not supposed to be in that home. She was minding her business on just a nice little night, and he just barges in and starts shooting her for no reason. It says that he was convicted of second-degree murder for the fatal shooting of Sonya Massey, an unarmed black woman during a mental health crisis. I feel like the word... It gets me going sometimes when they choose to word things the way they choose to word it, because that's not the full story, and it paints a completely different picture. It pisses me off. Whatever.
Well, what do you think? Is he in the wrong? Does he deserve to spend time behind bars for this? Regardless of what your opinion is or what the facts are, this discourages other police officers from wanting to do their job. And it encourages people, crazy people or normal people, whatever you want to call Sonya Massey, this encourages people like her to act out, cause a scene, whatever, start recording stuff, get on something, whatever. She's dead, obviously. This is not her plan throughout all this, I'm saying. But this encourages crazy people like this to do crazier things, to be dumb, to act out around the police. It's...
And we see it with ICE agents.
Right, that's kind of it's funny because you see it in the day-to-day thing just with ICE agents.
Right.
It's kind of like the BLM era, 2020 was cops, now it's ICE agents. But still, it as you can see, it still has effects on the police too. So it encourages worse behavior when the cops trying to do their jobs, trying to enforce the law, cannot do their job.
And I think that's why it's so serious too. Everyone in the comments are gonna, she was killed. That's wrong. Correct. It was wrong that she was killed. We're not saying it wasn't. Yeah, again, like you said, maybe he shouldn't have shot. But the bigger...
I think he's totally within his rights to shoot her.
I would
She's
agree.
dumping boiling water on
right.
her. That's a threat.
But the bigger picture is that now we have this issue where, it does give courage to people to act that way towards police officers. And that creates a dangerous culture. On a bit of a lighter note, I don't even know if this is lighter because this is honestly kind of scarier than getting shot by a police officer. But and I'm not even joking. This genuinely terrifies me. And
this certainly affects more people.
Right.
Yeah.
So, have you heard of Neo, the humanoid robot?
I've not.
Oh my gosh. So 1X Technologies, they came out with an AI robot for the home to help with chores, to help with cleaning. So
I have seen this guy.
So that you can focus on the important things and you don't have to pick up after yourself. And so I went to the website. You can fully order it.
So it's just like a wife, or what is it?
Watch it. Whatever. I hate you. No, I can't talk back.
Oh, this is great. Can we pre-order one?
It's $20,000.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
So you can buy a robot wife that doesn't talk back to you and does all your chores for $20,000, or you can pay double that for a wife that will talk back to you, won't do any of the chores, and you have to pay that for the wedding. So those are your two choices.
Yeah.
You guys know I'm messing. Okay, sorry.
No, but it's like an iPhone. You can pick the color you want. It comes in a tan, a blue, a black. I like the black. The black's kind of sexy.
The blue is cool. Okay, so you can buy it for $20,000. It's like a car. You can buy it for 20 grand. Or you can monthly subscribe to it for $500 a month. That's not that crazy. Like, that's expensive, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people can afford $500 a month.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people pay that in having like a house cleaner.
Right. Not saying like the average person, the person making the average salary, but I'm saying like a lot of middle class to higher class people could pay for this. Like it's not like we're in the realm of like only the billionaires get these robots now. It's like that's like people can afford that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I wonder, it'll be interesting to see if people do.
That's weird. That's so weird.
Ready? You want to watch the video? The video is
Let's
terrifying. It moves so slow though that I almost wouldn't. Like I would get pissed off and like, get out of my way. I'll just do it. Like,
yeah, but it gets stuff done. That's what we all thought about the robots, the vacuum robots. Like, oh, they're so stupid. They run into walls. Oh, they're
those
so
still
slow.
piss me off.
Nope. Now they're super smart. They map out your house. They can do it all by themselves. They're on schedules. You know, they've been able to do that for years now. Like, it's not. The technology gets better too. Let's see.
You give your Neo a list of chores. You schedule a time that you want them done so that you can focus on what matters to you while your Neo does the rest. You can schedule chores by either talking to your Neo or using the app. If there are any chores that your Neo hasn't learned how to do autonomously, you can use expert mode to have an expert from 1X supervise the session and provide corrective intervention to help Neo complete any task. Anytime you're away from home and you want to see what your Neo's up to, you can open the app and see directly from Neo's point of view. Instead of spending your nights and weekends keeping your house in order, Neo does your chores so you can come back to a cleaner home every day.
No.
Oh my gosh.
That's worse than what it sounds like even.
You can schedule it to do things, and then you can log into it and view its perspective.
So you can watch it do the entire thing that you're telling it to do. And it'll automatically learn what household chores need to be done. And if it hasn't learned them yet, he just said you can take it over and show it what to do. Or you get on the phone with your Neo representative, your Neo consultant, and they will call into Neo and tell it what to do. They're going to give instructions from behind the man in the chair is going to give instructions to Neo to direct them with what to do. One of the comments was like some Indian guy's going to be getting paid $2 an hour to control it. Yeah.
That's what it kind of looks like.
But like that means they're going to be seeing. That means they're going to be seeing.
It has eyes too. I don't like this.
How would they give it eyes? Interesting. But like that means some representative consultant dude is going to be looking into your home through the Neo robot that like it can tell it what to do, but we're going to assume that it can't just take control of it. Like, so people, like, we're going to assume that Neo is 100% safe, like no one can hack into it, he can tell it what to do, but he can't take control of it himself. What happens if he takes control of it himself and starts like, I mean, what if someone's just trying to do a prank and they unlock the door and let the thing go down the street? Or like, what if it's something more serious and they like unlock something or leave something open or leave the oven on or, you know, like something like that. If the second you put human stuff into it, it has the chance for error. Not saying that robots are perfect and they don't make.
Well, you have the chance. No, I actually don't like that. Oh my gosh. You have the chance for ill intent to happen.
Right. If they can actually control it. Now, if they're just viewing it, but that's not what he said. He said that they can take over for it and like explain what to do for it. So I don't know. You know, what's funny is the affordability thing. They show a person in a modest house with a Porsche, like, that has the Neo. Like, yeah, like, someone that can afford to drive a Porsche can afford to have this. Like,
do you think people will actually do this? I don't know. This is pretty 100%. Freaky.
100%.
I hate that so much. It's so scary. Look it up.
Look up Neo.
I wouldn't want to sleep with this in my house. This is it. Like, we're done for. There's no coming back from this.
The standard sale here, the $500 a month, it's monthly subscription, standard delivery, and then the starter productivity package. So they're going to, like, I'm presuming the business model here is to, like, rent out how productive it can be, how many tasks it can complete in a day, in a given time, how many schedules for the set tasks you can set at a time, you know, how fast they're completing tasks, or their efficiency at completing tasks, you know, and they're gonna charge you this thing like $500 for it, and then like the productivity scale like scales up as you're paying more and more money, you know.
You subscribe.
It's
to
like
something
Netflix
more.
with or with ads.
Yeah.
But like, or you buy it for $20,000, which is just insane. But
imagine businesses start advertising on this thing.
Yeah.
It'll just like
play it through its speakers or like project something onto the wall and it'll just place ads. Yeah.
Could you imagine the outrage if they made a female? That's why they had to make it a male.
I'm sure it's genderless. You think is that a male? I'm sure
It
they're
doesn't
trying to
have
do some sort
boobs.
of-
I don't know.
I'm sure they're trying to do some sort of genderless, non-binary robot. Neo the non-tranny, you know? Like, again, I understand the arms.
I didn't like how
I
smooth
understand
it
the
was.
legs. I understand the legs too, because you said why does it be human shape? It has to be human shape if it's gonna do human. Like it bends down to put the laundry down.
But does it need to be this big? Like, why is it?
Well, I'm sure they're putting
I guess
so much
if you're
hardware and
putting
stuff
it in a house too, like it needs to be able to reach cabinets and reach.
Yeah.
I guess fine.
But was that guy? I wonder, was that guy super tall next to him, or are they smaller?
It was his shoulder.
It was like I was like at his shoulder height, so it might be a really tall guy. But I wonder if they make him a little smaller. But like I'd look this up for yourself. It shows the Neo like picking up a laundry basket like up here and like lowering it down, like grabbing groceries, like you know.
Why was it trying to like talk? It's like I don't like how it's a companion either. It's
Yeah.
not your companion. Like it was sitting there talking to its.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I live with Neo, and Neo like looks at him, and is like.
And it's like talking to the lady. What could he possibly be saying? I don't think it talks, does it?
I'm sure it has some sort of speaker, like it could talk.
What happens when Neo?
Lives matter.
That's so yeah.
NLM.
That will be because you know some creep is gonna abuse it.
Right.
What that's my point is that what
and
happens.
they'll record it and send it to the police.
Right.
And the police will show up and shoot the owner.
What happens when it views something that's illegal? Like
I don't
I'm
know.
sure that'll be the next stage. Like what if there's abuse in the home?
Well, now it's gonna be Neo, and
right.
then Neo's gonna have a competitor that's like Apple is. Apple's like ultimate privacy, right? Neo's gonna have a competitor where it's like, oh, ultimate privacy. We don't take remote control of it. The robot is like set up, and that's all it gets. You know, just runs, right? We're not watching it. We're not whatever. It you know. But that's why couldn't it like call the police or do something like that? And in
But
fact,
like, why wouldn't you have that?
Wouldn't most people want that?
Right.
If you're an elderly person and you hit your head or fall down the
Right.
stairs or something, you'd want Neo to call the police for you.
Yeah.
You know. So it's like I'm sure they'd even have that. You're like it's.
I wonder.
Oh, that's creepy. We'll have to like follow this story. That's super interesting. That's crazy.
U.S. deliveries start 2026. That's in a few months.
You can put a fully refundable $200 deposit down today, and then decide in
Should we
2026 if
low-key?
you want it. No, we're not buying
I
this.
don't know. Might be nice to have
Might
someone.
be nice for you.
I could see myself getting mad at it. It would get in
Yeah,
my way.
you would abuse it. It'd be trying to do something and be super nice and cheery, and you'd like kick it in the back while it's not looking.
I'd like, get on my way. I'll just do it.
Yeah.
He'll do it wrong. I can only do it the right way. Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
I don't know. You think these things are so far away. You're like, yeah, that's like 2035.
Right.
No,
And not so far away, but so unattainable too. Like limited, ultra rich class, like billionaires get experience. You know, and now
Right.
it's like $500 a month. It's a subscription.
It's a car payment.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just know, and I have no clue who's Neo founder. Like, is it just its own company, if they have a parent company, who the investors are? But I mean, Tesla's been working on this for a while. Amazon is right down the door. You know, like there's going to be a million other companies soon, next couple of years, next 5 years, that have the exact same thing, and they're all going to be like offering something different. But that's crazy.
Can Gen Z? Can we just promise we won't buy into this?
That's what I was going to say. Is this a Gen Z thing? I don't think Gen Z is going to do this.
But as we get older and they develop it more and more companies produce it, like, can we not?
This is like a
can we
boomer
just
thing,
not?
though. Like your rich grandparents or something. This is like what they'd have. Like
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know.
I'm saying as Gen Z ages, as we become the new 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds, you know, as we age, and this will obviously get better and probably more normalized, can we just make a pact to not do this?
Yeah, right up until it does something so good or so well that you want it, that you don't want to do it, and they could rather do it for you, you know? Like,
Yes.
that's crazy. Well, Neo is coming, so get ready.
Moving on from the robot house cleaner, let's naturally move to the topic of women. Glamour UK magazine came out with their Women of the Year magazine.
Okay.
And naturally, you have to celebrate all women when you are having a magazine for Women of the Year. Except this time, women weren't good enough to make the cut for the front cover. All 9 people on the cover of this magazine
Are beautiful women.
are transgender.
They're all trans. All of them.
They are transgender. Every single one of them. They're not mixed in there with the other real women. No, all of them.
It's
And-
straight up, it's Glamour UK, the magazine cover. and it's the dolls women of the year.
And every single they're all wearing the same white shirt that says "Protect the Dolls."
Protect the dolls. And you look at one, and you're like, what's that one? Ooh.
No.
What's that one?
What was scary is
It's
that
hard to tell.
it is kind of hard to tell. I'll give them that. Like we had to zoom in, and we were like, "Is
when
it
they're
all of them?"
when they're all just looking at them, it's hard to tell. And then you look at one's face, you're like, what's up with you? And then you see one's forearms, you're like, okay, the dolls. And then you see the one in the back, and then you see the one in the front, and you're like, what's happening here? Then you look at all of them, and you realize they're all dudes. And it's like,
Something's a little off.
the dolls are very Kenish in features, you know? Like, this is not Barbie.
You zoom in individually, and you're like, well, actually, wait.
It gets worse. The longer you look to, the worse it gets.
It's true.
Like, that dude in the back is not. They put him in the back for a reason. He's not fooling anyone.
This one or this one?
That one.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know the
I
one.
thought that one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, that guy has a wig.
1000%.
Yeah,
And
but
that's what
it
tipped
is
me off. I was
scary.
like-
Some of them, it's scary because if you're not paying attention, you're not looking deep enough. It's
No, what's funny is that I
scary.
actually saw this in my feed, and I saw it and I scrolled on. I did not even look at it twice. I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw someone post about it, and I was like, what? Is this the same one that I just saw?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked closer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is a bunch of transgender men.
So the best women of the year are just men.
Yeah, I guess.
Men are better at being women than women are.
Awesome. How are we not more offended about that?
That's you guys. You guys. I've heard that argument for a long time. Why are women not upset about this?
Like,
Why are you guys not offended by it?
We hate men so much. Men are so obnoxious, always encroaching in women's spaces.
Mm-hmm.
We have our space now, ladies, and we're handing it over to men again.
To the dolls.
Right, to the dolls, pardon me. Pisses me off. I cannot believe that. And there were probably so many, I mean, I don't know what Glamour does or how they find these models, but there are probably so many other models that are actually women.
Models is a stretch.
These guys aren't models. Well, technically they are. I'm saying, like, there's so many women models, I'm sure, that tried out for this and wanted, like, this is their dream. They have worked so hard, and then these guys...
If you chose any 9 women off the face of the earth, they'd be a better fit than these 9 women. So, like, it's not like it's a tight competition. Like, they're not women. Why are they on the Women of the Year magazine? Like, if this was, like, models of the year or dolls of the year, if you want to pretend that,
I'll give
whatever.
them that, yeah.
It's like, okay, then they're on there, whatever. But it's like, women of the year, why are these guys even in the lineup for it? It's robbing, we know it robbed at least 9 opportunities from real women, you know, from real, models and actresses and people trying to get in the spotlight, get the career, whatever you're trying to argue. Like, it took 9 spots away from them. So.
Is this a group?
What do you mean?
Sorry, I'm just like thinking,
the dolls?
you know, like, is this like a group? Are they like a thing? I don't, this is UK, so I don't really know. I don't recognize anyone in it, so.
This guy's not sly either. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, sorry. Anyways.
Oh,
It's crazy though. And it's not like this is the woke ad where they hide a trans person or there's a hidden message. It's like, it's all of them.
Yeah.
It's not even, it's in your face. It's not even, you can see that.
It's
He
not,
has quads in the back. Like, he's got tree trunks. That's not a doll. That's a dude. Like.
Well, it's not like Dylan Mulvaney is like kind of in the background. You're like, okay, whatever, you know. Let's give it to him.
It's like the entire front page. It's all of them.
It's all of them. Ridiculous. Yeah.
Anyways.
And you know what? And they're going to get away with it, and it's going to be socially acceptable. Even when I post these clips, people are going to be pissed. They're going to be like, well, they're women too. No, they're not. They have a dick. They will never be a woman. Ever. I know that's like an old argument, but it needs to be said more.
And then, not that I firmly believe the category doesn't exist. You're not a trans woman or you're just a woman or a man. You can be hiding or pretending or covering up, whatever you want to do. But you're not a trans woman or trans man. You're just a woman or a man. The magazine isn't even UK Glamour Trans Women of the Year, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, they're lying to you. They're selling it as Women of the Year. Like, or if you want to make it, whatever, fall for their game, but, like, play on the dolls, like, Trans Women of the Year, you know? But that's not what they're saying.
No, but that's not good enough for them.
They're legitimately pretending that these are women.
That would offend the trans community because they don't want to be seen as a trans woman. They're just women. Mm-hmm. They can't be in a different category. Mm-hmm. Which is funny because I thought they're like they demand that they're seen as women and only women, but then they say that there's more than 2 categories of gender.
Right.
It's just, I don't know.
But they're definitely women.
But they're,
the
right.
category. They should go around and give like a press conference, and then I want to hear the dolls talk. And then it's like, so being on Women of the Year was really empowering. I'm glad I can be a doll, you know? And it's like, they should do that. That'd be a great campaign.
I like that. Let's hear him speak. All right.
That's all I have.
Okay, that's our cue to stop. Thank you for listening. I think it's time for us all to touch some grass. But before we do, subscribe and follow Propaganda on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And we will see you next Tuesday.